Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can get this quick. I made like a whole list and everything. Okay. Here is my extreme voltage, ice-cooled, theoretically Mark 1, I think, reactor. Mark 1 means that it should run stably for several cycles. Here we have a Mark II energy collector from Equivalent Exchange. You might be able to get away with a Mark 1, I'm not sure. You can experiment in your own world, and if anything blows up, I don't have to deal with it. We got an energy condenser here from the Equivalent Exchange, taking the power from that and creating ice. You can create a piece of ice with industrial craft. I think you use the compressor for that. Then we have a filter here and a tube from Red Power. The filter is set to pull a full stack of ice because I found out that otherwise it tries to pull partial stacks, and the first stack is always going to be partial then because it's going to this is going to trying to refill the first stack, and so it's better to do anyway, you get the point. I got a timer here set to 5 seconds. So pull out a stack every 5 seconds. I don't have the thermometer add-on, so I can't really tell if it builds up heat, and I haven't really run it for long periods. It smokes sometimes, but it probably quickly melt down without the ice. And let me show you inside. See, it's filled with uranium cells, which would probably be really expensive to get that many in there, but and I got like 6 slots open for ice. I noticed that it pulls 5 or 6 blocks per every couple seconds. So you might be able to get away with 1 stack, but I don't know if it'll pull it all from 1 stack or if it'll only melt 1 at a time. I haven't tried it. So it might be able to produce even more energy. Here's the shut off. I want to thank Direwolf 20. I did not know the trick where if you hold down Shift while you right click on it, instead of bringing up the interface, you can actually place items on there. Before then, I had to go around over here and have a piece of redstone to turn it off, and that was kind of annoying. Its measured output has been with this current setup is 1799 EU per tick, which is the most I've ever seen from any single generator. And it's probably more than enough for any application you have, so it doesn't really even need to be run continuously. If you just got a bunch of MSFUs and power them up, that'll probably last you quite a while. You have to use, there's probably a 1 EU loss. That's probably why it's 1799 instead of 1800, because of these 2 high voltage cables. But you gotta use a high voltage cable here because the fiber will melt because this produces so much power. Fiber can only hold up to 512 EU per tick, and the high voltage can hold up to, I think, 2048. I think it is. I could also probably move this high voltage transformer closer, maybe 1 up, or maybe it might be able to just go straight flush against the reactor, making sure to have the 3-dot side facing towards it. You need to have a high voltage transformer too, because otherwise this will blow up your MFSUs, believe it or not. I mean, if you know about it, industrial craft, you know that that's true, but these things usually take up so much power that you don't even think they can explode, and they can. Anyway, let's turn this on. Comes on every 5 seconds, pumping out a stack, and you can see it draining the ice, well, pretty slowly but regularly. And you could probably also see some smoke coming up off of it every few seconds, and then it stops. So I'm pretty sure it's stable. Anyway, you see it doesn't even use the whole stack, but it bounces back. This is one of the reasons why I'm using red power tubes instead of Buildcraft pipes, because otherwise you'd have ice popping out all over the place, and you need to have either several redstone engines or like a steam engine to pull out full stacks, and this is just a lot more compact and easier. Let's measure the power so I show you I'm not fooling you. 1799 EU per tick. I'm not sure about breeding fuel. Like I said, I don't know how hot this runs. I don't know if I can breed fuel in here. Would be really nice if I could. I don't really know much about breeding. I haven't really played much with that aspect, so I'm not an expert on it. Some people might be considering this cheating because it's producing a lot of power. This is probably the most efficient a reactor could ever be. There is like the disadvantage where, as far as I know, you can only have these 5 chambers. You can't put a 6th one on because you need to have the tube connect straight to the reactor core. I don't know if Buildcraft pipes can pipe into the side chambers, but redstone tubes can't. I know that much. Anyway, while some might think it's cheating or something, it is rather expensive if you do it legitimately. So I think that kind of counteracts it. Not only do you have all those uranium cells, but like the collector and the condenser alone, they cost quite a few resources themselves. I don't think there's anything else. There's nothing else on my list to cover. So I'm going to cut off this video now.